Hey there everybody, welcome to Trial Azure Gaming. Today we are back with Pokemon Premier Journey here in Legends EA, and this is definitely the first time I'm recording this intro, and not because I accidentally forgot to switch to the right audio channel. Yeah, let's go with that. I totally made no mistakes ever. Yeah, I started recording, I was like, wait, hold on, I can't, the audio isn't going. And I was like, yes, I misclicked. That is fantastic. I love when I make giant mistakes like that. It really fills me up with a sense of confidence. Now, guys, this is episode 113, and we're going Zone 1 Shalpha hunting. It's a Zone 1 Shalpha hunt. Obviously, that is the only Shalpha in Wild Zone 1, and we can actually go through Wild Zone 1 in its complex maze-like. Okay, it's not really that complex. It's not really maze-like. But before we go in there, let's talk about seasonal challenges. See them on the screen. Complete the ZA Pokedex. That's checked. Mega Dimension Pokedex, 82 out of 132. Making it good down. Only 50 more Pokemon. Alpha ZA Pokedex, 226 out of 227. Just missing Aerodactyl. Alpha Mega Dimension Pokedex, 59 out of 112. Shiny ZA Pokedex, 98 out of 227. Shiny Mega Dimension Pokedex, 7 out of 117. All side missions. Well, about 179 out of 200. Use 100 donuts, 94 out of 100. Making... Complete 7 viewer challenges. I said make because I read the thing. Complete 7 viewer challenges, 5 out of 7. We have 6 total here. 5 from Chillin' Weeb, 1 from Weeb. I can't talk. 1 from Grim Reaper. Chillin' Weeb, catch shiny trial zone, shiny hunt, perform shiny charm, get 3 shiny Pokemon in 1 episode. Shiny hunt decided by TCG packs. The first take was better, I'll be honest. Those 4 are done. Catch Shalpha in each wild zone was 7 out of 20. Hopefully we can add another one this episode. Unlikely, but I'm hoping. And Grim Reaper catch a rogue Mega Evolution Pokemon. We got Darkrai last episode, checking that off. There's 1 minimum left for viewer challenges, but we can have as many as you want, so please comment down below if you have one. Alright, so when it comes to Wild Zone 1, good old Wild Zone 1, Fletchling is a shiny I don't need. Bunnelby, funny enough, is. I need a Bunnelby. I don't need Fletchling, I don't need Scatterbug. Again, there's a Bunnelby. No longer need Weedle. What? Oh, Angry Bird. I do need a Mareep. I will always take shiny Pichus. But when we come up here, and this is where our alpha really is, there is this Pidgey, and there's the alpha Pidgey. That alpha Pidgey is our best shot at getting a Shalpha here. Now, I've talked about this a lot, so please stick with me here as I repeat myself. There are 2 ways to hunt this. One, which is the more fun, interesting manner, is resetting here. We could always phase on a Pidgey over there too. But checking a Pichu, not shiny. Cool, moving on. Checking the Mareeps. Oh, those aren't shiny. We keep moving. And then we climb up here and we check the Pidgey. It doesn't look shiny from here. And it isn't shiny. And reset. That we can do endlessly. It is a little bit more interesting though than what's next. The other option, hi Pichu, is to run along the top, just like you saw me at the beginning of the episode, to try and force the Pidgey to despawn and respawn. So obviously, I can set the Pidgey spawn point, which I believe is here. That's actually a little too far. And that's about right. And we climb up here. I've already scared the Bidoof here. There's at night. Okay, so to be honest, not always here. Mawile isn't always here. But during night, Mawile does appear. And then after we get 70 meters, we respawn or run back to... Oh, that one turned alpha. And yeah. And then... Oh, I almost just fell off. Run back here. Gotta get in this little corner and then run back. Because it despawns at 70, I believe. And that's literally all we'd keep doing until it turns shiny. Is running back here, despawning it at, oh, I just fell out, 70 meters. and then running back. I believe they despawn at 70, but yeah. So pretty much I am hoping for that thing to turn shiny. Now, the likelihood of it, I'll be honest, isn't very likely. You know, we run, and then run back, and to me, this is something that's kinda boring. It could be effective, but it's also really boring. And also, we're not gonna phase on many other Pokemon, which is maybe a good thing. But also it means that until we get this shiny, or until he pops up shiny, there's not much we can do, right? There is no way to isolate it, there's no way to, you know, this is one of the worst Pidgeys to hunt, or Pokemon to hunt in general. Just because he's not really in a good position, you know? And yeah. Now there's always the chance that I always get lucky with another shiny. Like this way, I am only going after 2 Pokemon. This thing, whenever the day resets and at resets, or this guy. That's only 2 Pokemon I'm going after. Now, by going this method, right? Resetting here, there are chances that I could phase on a shiny. 100%. I could phase on these Pidgeys right here. See? Pidgey and this Pidgey. But it also gives me a chance that this Pichu is a Shalpha, or one of these Mareep could be Shalpha, which I do need another shiny Mareep. Or maybe I come in here, and because I'm walking this way, I actually spawn that Fletchling, these 2 guys, I believe this Weedle, and that Bunnelby as well. And I think that Fletchling. But as I enter, I spawn a lot of Pokemon. Now, obviously, if things become shiny, that becomes slightly an issue. But then I can come up here and check. Obviously, it's not shiny. I could check up there if I wanted to. Maybe I should. But I don't know if they're truly getting spawned in by the time I'm there. But yeah, and then we reset. I probably should go up there to check. But yeah, I feel like let me just let this reset. There we go. I feel like this gives me the best opportunity to go for a shiny. Because this gives me multiple options. Now, getting a Shalpha just randomly to spawn is not easy. You know it. I know it. But there's always chance, like there's an Alpha Mareep. Now, I'm not going to deal with regular Alphas to spawn out of pure fear that they attack me, especially the Mareep. The Mareep keep electrocuting you the whole time you're up there. And I don't want to get electrocuted and end up losing something, right? So we check the Pidgey, or I mean the Pichu. We sneak in here. We say hi to the Mareeps who aren't a Shalpha. And we climb up. I feel like this way it's a little bit more extra steps and not as efficient. I feel like this gives us a better chance of a Pokemon randomly being shiny compared to the running back and forth method. Because the sucky thing about that method is there's nothing else to do with it. Right? It's running in place and I'm trying to reset 1 Pokemon. That limits my odds to 1 Shalpha opportunity. Now, yes, I guarantee myself that when it is shiny, it is a Shalpha. And maybe if I didn't need other Pokemon shiny, I wouldn't be doing this method. You know, it's tough, but I need to start going in order. Wild Zone 1, I was wanting to put off to last because it's kind of annoying. But a part of me also feels like I should just get it done and out of the way. Now, I will admit this, Wild Zone 1 hasn't been that great for shiny Pokemon besides Pichu. When I think about it, I think the only shiny Pokemon I've gotten here, I think were 2 Pichus. Oh shoot, I got noticed. But yeah, I don't think I've ever got a shiny Mareep here. I don't think I've ever gotten a Pidgey here. I actually think maybe I got like a Weedle or something. I could always check, right? I could always go in here and go to the Pokemon that do spawn, right? Like, has my fletchling ever been... You know, I can go in, check summary, and be like... Okay, Vert Sector 7, John Street, etc. I can go check that. I'm not going to, though. That's a lot of extra work. But yeah, I 100% know I've gotten 2 Pichu shiny here, and then I think maybe I got like a Scatterbug or something here. I got 1 more shiny, but it wasn't fantastic. Now, obviously, like I said, there's this method and then there's a running method. I think the running method is something that works as long as I don't do something stupid, which is a little bit of an issue for me. That sounds so bad. It sounds like I only do stupid stuff. So, right, let me put the mark again. It's like right there. Oh, that's like nearly perfect. Okay. And like I said, there's this way, which is... Sorry, Badoos, I'm gonna scare you again. But hey, Mawal's gone. Run over here, into the corner, that's 70 meters, and then run back, and that stuff. But it's so boring. You know? It is horribly boring. Another thing I could do is try to run... Hi, Pidgey. Run this way 70 meters. But, like, I'd have to get here, and then... Run back, climb up, run back, climb up. This way is just horrible. Alright, that's so inefficient. So I think this way is the best way, unfortunately. I don't think there is a better option. But yeah, and thankfully Pidgey Shiny is pretty noticeable. Obviously, it loses its dark brown feathers. I was going to say fur. It's not fur, feathers. And it gains a light golden brown, yellow mustard. You know what it is. It's not brown, right? It's like a weird mustard yellow. The unfortunate thing is we're not really resetting anything down here. Maybe that Magikarp, but that's about it. Like, there's some things we could maybe phase on, but not much. So the sucky thing is I'm sometimes afraid that Pidgey's moving and I'm not actually despawning it. We're 70 meters away. But yeah. Now, like I said, this is the problem. I'm literally resetting 1 Pokemon. And why it is the alpha... So if it's shiny, it is 100% a Shalpha, kind of like how Fletchinder was. I can't isolate this thing, truly. Because there are other Pokemon that by me running back and forth is probably spawning. Where? I don't know. Probably that Magikarp. Maybe a Pokemon slightly down there. Maybe a Pokemon... over there somewhere? I don't know. And so there could be shinies I'm spawning, and I could sit here and not get this thing shiny for hours. Who knows? Now, I do feel like this, if I really wanted to isolate Pidgey and Pidgey only, and I didn't care about any other shinies, then this makes the most sense. But this is also really boring. I mean, fly resetting's boring, but like, I can at least do other things. That's why off camera I am not doing this, because when I'm editing videos, right? I can fly reset, I can bench reset, I can do all that with one hand, and my other hand can be editing the video or editing what I'm working on. Right? So it's not the end of the world, I can multitask there. But this, To run, I need to press B. I need to hold this. I need to look at the Pidgey. You know, at night, you know, I have to make sure I don't fall off because I will 100. I can see if I'm editing something, I could imagine my eyes are not focused and I do something like this. Oh man, I almost just fell and like have to recover. Or I'm going to do something even stupider like this. And I have maybe done this before. Run over here, Oh man, I gotta get down here. Oh no, I fell. Well, now I have to go over here and fly over here and climb up this. And that's so many extra steps, and I'm not resetting him there. As soon as I started heading back, you know, it feels like a lot of work for just a Shalpha Pidgey. Now, this makes sense to isolate pure Pidgey. Like, this is probably the best way to get shiny Shalpha Pidgey. I just wish there was another Pokemon inside the zone I was resetting doing this, so I know. By the way, that guy is not despawning, by the way. I am not going far enough away to despawn him, so that's not a case, right? The only Pokemon in this zone right now I am despawning is the Alpha. Those guys up there, I don't... Oh. Wait, I see the Weedle. It's an Alpha Weedle, it's not a shiny. Maybe I am resetting them up there. Or is he only reset because I accidentally went over that way? Yeah, I know, he is only reset because I fell off. So again, I am only shiny hunting this Pidgey. Now, once Wild Zone 1 is done, the rest of the zones are pretty concrete in how I would approach them. Pretty much every single one of them has a game plan. Some of the game plans are a little stupid, but hey, they're game plans, at least. So, I am actually going to be working on Wild Zone 1, but this is the game plan. And I'll bring up the map really quick after we spawn this Pidgey. There we go. To show you. So the game plan is pretty simple. After 1, we already have a shiny or Shalpha Staryu, which is now a Starmie. In 3, we actually got a Go-Goat. That was cool. 4 would be our next one. And I'm just going to run through day and night. And whatever shinies we get, we get. Respawning to the fly point for 4 does not reset the Shalpha Spinarak, or Alpha Spinarak. You know, by resetting there, I reset the Ghastlies, the Spoopa, the Spinarak that can appear on the wall, Ekans, Weedle, like on the tree, Honedge if it's at night, a Fletchling on the back post, a Kakuna that can appear on the tree, and the Patrats that can appear at night. I am not reaching the Spinaraks on the wall. I'm not reaching here. It's going as far as I think here, like just short of it. So yeah. Moving on from that, Wild Zone 5. I could just run along the sewer thing to despawn the oh my god, how am I forgetting his name? I'm an idiot. How am I an idiot? Why am I forgetting his name? But yeah. I could reset Whirlipede. I got his name. Don't worry about me. I'm good. Whirlipede, and I could just run around that bottom. But also running through here, there are shinies I need. There's also the Bellsprout up top. And I think I could have a fun time just running through this repeatedly. I still need Bunnelby. You know, there's Pidgeys often become alpha here. Same with the Pidgeotos. One of those could. Abra is a shiny I could use more of. Bellsprout, the Alpha Bellsprout would be great. You know, there is another option to me going to the sewers, running down and back and forth, etc., to try to spawn there, but yeah. So, yeah, 5 I think is more fun to run through, but we'll see if I get stressed about it. 6, thankfully, is done due to us getting the Shalpha Houndoom, so that's pretty amazing. Wild Zone 7, I lost. Oh, yeah, 7's here. I tried to blank it out of my mind. The Fletchender, we finally got it after multiple days of resets, thankfully. I think it's still glitched, so it only spawns at night, but maybe I'm wrong, but I swear that's a thing. Moving on from 7, forever, never going back, you can't make me, is Wild Zone 8. Now, Wild Zone 8 is one of those where it's a little finicky, unless you can fly reset and hit about half of the spawns. Or there are, to try to focus on the camera up, you know, there is benches right over like here you can set at. I think I'd just rather run through 8. I need shiny Machops, I need a shiny Numel, Goodbye could be cool. And you know, there's always the chance there's a Krokorok Alpha that spawns, and yeah. So I'd rather run through 8 and have a good time, much like with 5. But there is a spot if I do get bored and just need to start resetting. 9 is done, thankfully, because I sat there once or twice on the bench and randomly got the Shalpha Manectric. That's awesome. 10, the bench right here. I reset at that any chance I get. And it could get Slowpoke, Staryu, the Carvana, the Alpha Sharpedo. It can reset the Dynamo. It can reset one Bellsprout. There's a lot that bench resets and doesn't reset anything outside the zone. So any shinies I get is not outside the zone. So that's pretty good too. It is bench resetting, and I'm on an OLED, so it's a little not super efficient, but it's not awful. But yeah, 11, I would just run through it. I'd run here, run through, reset, run around, run through. This is one where anything could appear Shalpha. There's a, you know, running through on this side makes sense, but also like I need Frou-Frou's shinies, and so I would just run through this endlessly anyways. Zone 12, once again, I just run through it, I think. Have a good time with it. 13, I'm just gonna run through this day or night. I could just fly reset to try to get Trevenant at night, but I'd rather run through it, I think. The only exception would be if I got the Alpha or the Shalpha Bellsprout here. If I got that Shalpha, then I would do night only and I would just fly reset until the Trevenant shows up shining. 14, I've lost 14. Where's 14? Where's 14? Hello? 14? Oh, it's hidden behind this guy. This one, fly reset, run in until you see the Excadrill. If it's not Shalpha, reset, run back in, reset. It's pretty much, we've done it before. Wild Zone 15, I would just reset to the Cafe Ultimo. Day or night. I could also go for a Larvitar, but that's not guaranteed. I think I would just fly day and night and accept whatever Shalpha I got. Okay? Truth be told, I'm past being picky. 16, we got Shalpha Ampharos, so we never need to worry about that again. 17, if there is a late night Battle Royale spawn here, or Infinite ZA Royale spawn here, I could refly to that. Otherwise, I might just run through it and constantly. I do need, you know, other shinies, and it might be fun to run through. I don't go through there often. 18, there's obviously benches right here that resets nearly everything in there. 19, I would just run through it day and night. And 20, we got the Shalpha Metagross. So not the end of the world. The game plan's pretty solid. I have a few that are like actually running through, because when I'm making content like this, it feels kind of bad. Because this is so boring. I know this is like, if you wanted a Shalpha Pidgey, and like, what is the best way to get a Shalpha Pidgey? Is it this? No. It's hyperspace. But because I need a Shalpha in each wild zone, like, I have to do things that make no sense. Even though I am purely isolating one Pokemon, even though it is an alpha. So if it is shiny, it's guaranteed to be a Shalpha. I am isolating one little Pokemon. And even if it's still an alpha, in this case, the Pokemon is still little. I'm literally just resetting that constantly. And if I phase on another shiny, what am I phasing on? A Magikarp? Maybe. I actually think the only Pokemon up here I can see that spawns and despawns from a distance I think it's the Magikarp down there. So I'm really not doing too much. Now, a shiny could naturally appear when it changes from day to night for anything here. Like, that Pidgey could randomly become a Shalpha, and it would work. But, I don't know. This is... If you wanted a Shalpha before the hyperspace, this was the best way to try to get this Pidgey. From everything I've read. But, yeah, man, it's just not fun. Like... And sometimes it isn't fun. Shalpha hunting and shiny hunting in general isn't always supposed to be fun. You know, that's something the modern games has helped rectify a little bit, is sometimes it is fun because you can multitask. Like in Scarlet and Violet, you can find shinies so easily. But also in my mind, you can easily just breed a bunch of eggs, have a flame body Pokemon, and just run around with quick balls, repeat balls, etc., and hatch eggs on the go. You know, you can access the box from anywhere. So in like Scarlet and Violet, you can easily multitask shiny hunting. You can roam around doing outbreaks if your Pokemon's strong enough. And by roaming around areas and doing that, you're hatching eggs along the way. You know? And so it's kind of like you can multitask shiny hunting there. Here, I mean, it's kind of more RNG-ish, but it is more RNG based on who's going to be shiny. But you do have your ways to eliminate it by trying to isolate spawns, by doing whatever it takes to try to focus on 1 or 2 targets at most. Like how last episode we got the shiny Charmeleon and the shiny white flower Floette, and that's all because we kept going to a spawn where the only 2 things that's respawning was a Charmeleon and Charizard and a Floette and a Florges. So yeah. And then like I said with Scarlet and Violet, you can multitask there. Here, if there was eggs, I think running this wouldn't be so bad if there were eggs. Now I wouldn't be hatching them super quick just by doing this, but every time I'd hatch a Pokemon, it would at least be a break. That's the one thing I think that sucks about this, is unlike the Fletchinder resetting where I could do it like one-handed, not paying attention, I do have to pay attention to this. Quite a bit, actually. Because I could fall off and screw up everything. Right? Like, let's say I'm doing doop-do-do-do-do, oh, look at me. And I fall down here. Like, I'm full down here now. This is my life. Right? The only thing I can do is fly reset back to here, go back up to the top. You know, it's... And why this is fly resetting, this fly reset did nothing to help isolate that Pidgey up there. You know, it's just... I don't know, man. I might be like a little too nitpicky about this, but this actively feels bad. Oh, sorry, Badoos. I just scared them off and they respawn. But yeah. Now, my best hope is if that Pidgey becomes Shalpha, or becomes shiny, because it's already an alpha, I don't need to call it a Shalpha right now. But if that thing can become shiny, if that little Pidgey can be shining sooner rather than later, I'm big chilling. The one nice thing about this is I shouldn't be so stubborn about day and night, especially after the Fletchinder. Like, the fact is, I had never paid attention to it during night. But guess what? I have some interesting things. I thought about it, and the Fletchinder was shiny only at night. It was never shiny during the day. Which brings up an interesting point of, I think it can only spawn shiny during the night. But here's the thing, right? Running this back and forth, if that Pidgey becomes shiny, becomes a shiny really quick and I get my Shalpha from Zone 1, then I'm done with Zone 1. And I actually probably never need to come back here again. Because once I get done with the Shalphas, hyperspace is going to be our home. Hyperspace is how we're going to shiny hunt. And some of it might be, oh, we get a sparkling power 1 on like a mediocre, or some, did I just say, I was going to say sandwich, or did I say sandwich? But yeah, like if I get a sparkling power 1 donut, and it's not a great donut for a higher level one, I can always take it to a 1-star or 2-star with sparkling power and infinitely reset until I get shinies or whatever I'm looking for. There's still so many Pokemon I need alpha. The fact is, I need to get eventually a 5-star Aerodactyl, because otherwise the next best bet would be to do the fossil reset, and I'd rather not sit there and fossil reset for no reason. So yeah. But yeah, I feel like right now the Shalpha Hunt for Chillin' Reeb, this is dirty work. This is, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, this is get your hands dirty and do the work that doesn't seem fun, even though it's a video game. As a content creator, as someone working on a series, sometimes there's unfun bits. You know, I don't enjoy editing, personally. I'm really bad at it. I wish I could hire an editor and have someone else edit and bring to life the stuff that I sometimes think, oh, this would be so cool to have it edited this way. But anytime I try, I end up kind of hating how it felt, and I abandon it. And I go back to my simplified cutting and editing. You know, it sucks, but it's also like I'm very self-critical myself when it comes to artistic stuff. Versus like if I saw somebody else do it, I might be a little bit more open. We'll let it go tonight because I'm not going to get back in time to have it reset. So I might as well let it reset there. But yeah. Ultimately, if this Pidgey can show up shiny sooner rather than later and we have a Shalpha, Wild Zone 1's done and we can move to some of the funner zones. And on the episode, in between episodes when I'm editing or working on stuff. Not shiny, okay. On those episodes, in between them, I can 100% be fly resetting another zone. I saved myself a little bit there. But yeah. Because like, as soon as this episode ends or I'm done recording it, I'm not going to be doing this running off camera. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and bench reset off camera while I'm editing a video, and I'm going to work on 10. Because that way I can focus on editing. And then I can maybe come back and do this as the video's processing. Once it's done processing and I can upload it to YouTube, then I can always like go back to bench resetting, right? This is the zone I'm most afraid of, but that's why after 7, I decided I want to get the most annoying and most boring ones out of the way. Like 100%. Like 100%, I think that the hardest ones are going to be this Wild Zone 1. Probably... Well, one I think will be tough. Like 10 and 18 are definitely bench resets. I think 4 might be tough just because of how many times we ran that. 17 will be tough just because of the aggressiveness of the Pokemon. I think, you know, there's a few areas that will be tough, but I think 1, because of how small it is, it's tough because there's so little options. Like, this isolates a singular Pokemon to Shalpha Hunt. So, this isn't the worst method ever. It's just not the most fun or the most engaging. But, like, it is faster resetting than fly resetting. And then climbing up the ladder and all that. But if I got an extra shiny Pichu, or just imagine I get a Shalpha Pichu, I'd be ecstatic. I need a shiny Mareep. What if I get a shiny Mareep? Or, even better, what if randomly a Shalpha Mareep appears? I'd probably keep it a Mareep, by the way. What if I climb up there and that regular Alpha Pidgey isn't shiny? But what if that Pidgey right in front of it, this little guy, what if he's randomly a Shalpha? You know? It's like, it's more the unknown that concerns me that I'm missing out on than not. Oh, they're the same color, okay. By the way, I am so glad. I wish I discovered this sooner. Like, if I ever wonder, like, oh man, is that shiny? Oh. Zoom in, not shiny. Obviously, I can see this, but it's like, that would have been helpful with reflection. And I noticed it way too late. Yep, okay. Yeah, see, and after a while, I feel like I'm gonna get sloppy on my movement. And I'm gonna mess up more. As this is such a little stupid area. Because I think you have to go 70 meters to despawn them. So like, no matter what, I have to get to the very edge to get the despawn and come back. I think it's 70, right? Maybe I should go look that up. Yeah, you know what? I want to look it up while I'm doing this. Oh, see, I go to look at my other computer and I've already fallen off. I caught myself that time. But how many times am I going to catch myself successfully before I, you know, don't? Alright. Alright, 50 meters respawn, 70 meters despawn. So that is one thing I could also do. I literally just was closing my... Oh, I pissed it off. Sorry, little guy. So this is 70, and I could always just run to, like, here and not look at it. Ow! Whoa, why? Why do you betray me? Stupid fairy wind? Let me save, because it might attack me again. So, I was gonna say before that thing attacked me, chill, Mowile, jeez. Don't need to hate. I could always just run like this. That should respawn it, and this should despawn. Unless it needs to physically respawn in. Like, I need to wait for it to actually, like, appear. But, like, it should be respawning in at 50 meters. So maybe even if I don't see it, it should be spawning in, right? So, like, 50 meters is right here. Maybe if I use this... I still can't see it. See, at 49 meters it's there, but it should spawn in at 50 meters. Aha, I didn't go towards the killer Mawile. But like, so maybe if I just ran this, but then I wouldn't know it's shiny, and I think I need to actually maybe let it spawn in. I don't know, because it just has to be within 50 meters. I don't know, man. Like at 50 meters, it is supposed to spawn in, so maybe going to 49 or 48 will be good enough, but I feel like I could do this for in-game, like in-game, just days, and nothing will come of it. And I'm more likely that one of these night spawns are gonna randomly be a shiny. And oh. Okay, well, we have phased already. This is one flaw of it. I have phased on a Pokemon I have no interest in wanting to catch. No interest in going to go get it. But, of course, I am gonna go get it. You see it, it's a Magikarp, and this game hates me. See, that's one thing about running in is I feel like I'd phase less if I was running in. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's like, what? I've been doing this for what? Nearly 40 minutes. And there's this. And a Pokemon. Wait, hold on. Did I just lose that shiny? I didn't notice the time. Oh, no, I didn't. In the Pokeball. And there we go. Shiny Magikarp. 41 minutes in an episode. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to, I want to get your opinion on this, right? Oh, look at these little guys. They're so cute. But, like, running back and forth there is not the most fun thing. And I phased on a Magikarp. I probably should have left the Magikarp, truthfully. Actually, that's not a bad shout. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Did I already save? I think I saved immediately afterwards. Oh well, whatever. It's caught. Let's just move on. But like, yeah, running back and forth up there. We've seen me phase on a Magikarp. Who knows what other shinies I'm spawning in and out while doing this. I'd feel better if that Pidgey was suddenly shiny. But yeah. It is that, like, that Magikarp, I knew that thing was despawning. I don't think I'm despawning much else. Like, when I look around, what else? Those Fletchinder are too close. Am I despawning in anything over here? No, I think those guys are too far distance-wise. I'm too close to the Trubbish to despawn him. I don't think that Bellsprout was in render distance. Hi, Pidgey. How you doing, little buddy? Obviously, I'm not despawn. Oh, he talked back to me. None of the Kakunas are despawning. I don't think I'm reaching far enough over here to spawn anything in the first place. Maybe that Floette there? Or Flabebe? Oh, let me see. Maybe I am. So I go out, despawn, run in. If I go right here, obviously that Pidgey's getting reset. Am I respawning? I don't see anything spawning over there, though. Okay, what's the distance? Okay, I'm getting yanked. Okay, whatever. That's 61 meters, so no, I don't think I am. That's actually going to be a little bit closer. I wish this thing was a little... Whatever. It's a little behind. There we go. But yeah, like, okay, so the only Pokemon I think I am resetting, except at night, when things despawn and respawn. I think it's that one Magikarp. So I think at the end of the day, even if that's shiny again, I think I leave it. And I can make that Magikarp a temporary checkpoint shiny. And then I think the only thing I'm despawning and respawning, except at night, is that Pidgey. So I don't think I see anything else that's spawning in. Unless there's a Pokemon like just right over there I'm missing. But yeah. Oh, I saved myself. I caught myself. I'm good. Pidgey, if you could just be a Shalpha buddy, that would save me so much time. Let me actually see. I don't see anything. Oh, I see the Spinnerack over there, but that thing despawns sometimes, so... Oh, isn't there like Pokemon right over here? Yeah, I think these guys are despawning too. Huh. Okay. So I could phase on maybe more than just the Magikarp. Because I am going crowded. Well, maybe not if I'm just going here. Maybe I am. I don't know. I think the Magikarp, that Bellsprout, maybe the Spinnerack are the things I am. And again, everything that shifts over at night, but anything can just suddenly be shiny as long as it's spawned in. And it shifts to night. So, you know. Yeah, because if I can get that thing, that Pidgey, to randomly be shiny, we're big success. Like, the most amazing, happiest moment of my life, because it means I'm done with this area quick. And that's one thing about Wild Zone 1, is I want to, like, get it done as soon as possible. But, like, if I was going for pure Shalpha hunting, just nonsense, right? Like, this isolates one Pokemon that is always an alpha, and so when I do get a shiny... Oh, the Magikarp respawned back. So yeah, if that Magikarp becomes shiny again, I'm 100% just gonna leave it as a... as a checkpoint. Now, again, I don't know what else can spawn in. I'm not seeing anything over there spawning in. I'm not despawning that Pidgey. I'm not despawning the Kakuna. Right? Hold on. Yeah, I can still see the Pidgey from here. The Magikarp is despawning. Are those guys despawning, though? I know there's an Eevee that sometimes will spawn down here and walk around. That I could also be despawning, but that would be alright if that's shiny. Yeah, so now there's a few things I can phase on. It's like... I don't know, man. See, and it's like here... what am I getting? A dupe Magikarp, some dupe Patrats. Do I need another Patrat for Watchog? No, I don't think so. I'm not really resetting anything that I actually need. Versus, like, let's say I was doing this, right? I know I'm bringing this point back up, and it's actively bothering me. I don't know if you can tell, but it is bothering me. By going here, I get a shiny Pichu, which is always cool to give away. And look, I mean, this Mareep has been alpha a good number of times. All it takes is one of those alpha times to randomly regenerate into a into a Shalpha, and it can happen. Like, what if we get a Shalpha Pichu? Now, it would suck if one of these guys became a Shalpha, because then I phased on a Pokemon outside of one. But like I said, I do still need a shiny Mareep. And, you know, any of these guys could rent... Oh, like there's an alpha. It's not a Shalpha, but it's an alpha. You know. And I feel like I'm doing a little bit of a disservice running outside of Wild Zone 1. Because it's like, it feels like I'm not actually doing my hunting in Wild Zone 1. You know? Because resetting at one's entrance... I know it's like I should go for the optimal route, and running that thing is the optimal route. Running this way is elongated, and I'm getting what? These two guys? One guy who's always aggressive to me. I don't think this way is the way to go. I don't. Because then, not only do I have to climb up here, this Pichu could be shiny, and I may not know. Compared to if I flew here, I would know right away, you know? Because I'd hear the shine, you know, I'd hear the shiny sound, you know? And anything I spawn in over that way, if it's a Shalpha or shiny, it's gonna stay a Shalpha or shiny for a while. You know, I feel like this way, if I get a dupe or I get another shiny, it's most likely a Pichu. It's most likely a Mareep. You know, you know. Now, one thing about this I am leaving out is these guys. I do feel bad that I'm not climbing up here, but I feel like this is extra steps that isn't really worth it. But like, out of the Pokemon I'm spawning in, a couple of them I could just use as shiny. It's always not bad to have a couple dupes for Pichu. I could always use an extra shiny Mareep. And like, if I got a shiny Mareep, I'll be honest with you, if I got a shiny Mareep, like, I would probably stop running in here. Like, I need a shiny Bunnelby, but I'm not going to super stress about that. Right? Because I think Diggersby and Bunnelby will show up in normal ones with Eevee a lot of the time. But yeah, by going this way, if I phase on a Pichu, it's a Pichu. Who cares? You know? And every time I've gotten a Pichu, it's not because I've been hunting Pichu. It's always just, well, I teleport back here, there's a Pichu. You know, if I get a Mareep, I'll be honest, if I got a shiny Mareep, I'd probably be 100% done and I would go back up there and running. But it's the possibility of getting another Pichu, possibility of getting a shiny Mareep. You know, maybe spawning in a Shalpha elsewhere in Wild Zone 1. And every time I reset, that, I mean, I don't even know the true odds on it, but it's pretty slim. It appears. Oh. Yeah, anytime I see a regular Alpha Mareep, I'm going to stop because those little Thunder Shocks, they follow you, man. They'll follow you everywhere. You will get zapped constantly. But yeah, like I said, the Pokemon I need, Mareep. Oh, there's another Scatterbug Alpha. Bunnelby. I'll always have extra, I would always love extra Pichus because I can always just give them away to people. But that Pidgey obviously is our goal. And I'll go back to the running up there method if I need to. I've done that for a lot of this episode. Like, probably like 30 something minutes. And it's like, I got a Magikarp out of it. Cool. And I'll go back to it if this becomes inefficient, but like I said, if I can get one of these Mareeps shiny, then that's a shiny that is fills up my Pokedex. It's not a new shiny, but because I evolved my Mareep straight to an Ampharos, I never actually kept a shiny Mareep for the count. Because I never kept a shiny Mareep. So it would actually count towards the get a shiny in each Pokemon for the base EA dex. Because while I've gotten a shiny Mareep, I didn't keep a shiny Mareep. It became an Ampharos. See, look how often these Scatterbugs are becoming out. Oh, that Bunnelby's out. Oh, that would have been such good Shalpha. I would have kept it a Bunnelby and I would have been happy. But like, yeah, you never know when one of these guys will randomly turn into a Shalpha. You know, and that's the positive about doing this way. It's like the surprise. Because if I see a random shiny Bunnelby, or I hear a shiny sound and it's a Weedle, it would suck because it's a little Weedle, but it could be a Shalpha Weedle. Now again, those two I could phase on. I am aware of that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna reset again. Mareep is the only alpha in this entire place I am afraid of. I can dodge, leave the range of everything. But that Mareep will shock me. Why do you hate me? That Mareep will shock me the entire way up the ladder, and once I'm at the ladder, it will up on the second floor, it will still shock me, and by shocking me, it will alert them and they will attack me. The Alpha Mareep are the scariest thing. Anything else here could be Alpha, and I'm not afraid of it. But Alpha Mareep scares me. It's a creature meant for cuddling and love. It is not meant to be a vicious, shocking animal. I mean, it is because it's electric type, but you know what I mean. It's supposed to be cute, cuddly, and friendly. It's supposed to be a good little sheep, not a sheep that wants blood. By the way, I've joked about this in other streams. I love Mareep so much, if it was an alpha, I'd probably in real life run towards it and hug it. Okay, I'm just going to show you. Watch, this thing is going to zap me non-stop. Okay, it's because he was facing the other way that happened. Just wait till the next time one's facing the gate, okay? By the way, I do think the only shinies I've gotten here are 2 Pichus. And then I think like a Weedle or something. Or a Scatterbug, one of the bugs. I don't think I've ever gotten... Oh, well, technically I got the Mareep up there. Okay. Okay, so when it's back turned, it's safe. Yeah, just you wait. By the way, why is that Mareep being doubles alpha each time? Is that a sign that one of these times one of those alphas are going to turn into a Shalpha? Maybe it is. Maybe this is giving me a sign that says, you're right by running through Wild Zone 1. You will get a Shalpha, and it will love you. Wait, what's the point that this guy spawns in? Interesting. So I don't even need to fully go up the ladder. And obviously, if the other Pidgey is shiny, when I go up the ladder, it's close enough where I should hear the sound. This actually saves a little bit of time, and that other Pidgey is close enough where I think if it sparkled, I would hear the sound. Because it's loading in too. Now I am spawning a lot of stuff in as soon as I enter. So again, any of these guys could randomly be shiny or alpha or, you know. So yeah. And every once in a while, I'll go around and check, you know? Oh, I actually never looked at the Magikarp. Hey, 4 pretty goods. That's not bad. Too bad I have an alpha, so this is just another dupe Magikarp. My dupe box is getting pretty full. Or dupe boxes. I didn't need to climb up all the way on the ladder. I just totally forgot about the Magikarp, so. Yeah, I do think this is better. Because it gives you more things to check. Like, you're like, oh man, oh, okay, the Pichu isn't shiny. And then you see the Mareeps load in. It's like, is the Mareep shiny? No. And then you spawn in a bunch of stuff here, but I'm not always going to check them. So it's just kind of like if one of them happens to be shiny or becomes shiny or whatever, cool. You know? Also, how many spawns am I actually spawning in? That is a good question. So from here over, I have these two birds that could be shiny. So that's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. I'm spawning 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10. Just on the base level, and then I go up a lot. Yeah, so I was gonna say, I could actually end up with 10 shinies before I even get to the ladder if I let everything stay shiny. So I do have to be careful of that. I don't know why I have to go around the taxi, but every time I spawn in, every bit of my gut tells me to go walk around the taxi. I don't know why. It feels wrong if I don't. Is this faster than the other method? No, it's not. But I am seeing more Pokemon that could potentially be shiny. I could also phase more. But Magikarp is one of the easiest shinies to come across. And so I would rather phase on a Mareep or on a Pichu than phase on another Magikarp. So yeah. We'll see. This time, I will not run around it. It felt wrong, but it also felt quicker. So yeah. Come on, Pidgey. Just be a Shalpha. Come on, buddy. Yeah. Could you imagine if I did a super episode? I just ran around the thing again out of pure instinct. I need to break the habit. It takes too long. It takes a couple of seconds. Could you imagine if I said, oh, this episode doesn't end until I find a Shalpha in Wild Zone 1? How crazy would that be? Oh, that's an Alpha Pidgey. See, it would have been close enough that if it was shiny, we would have heard it because we heard the animation of it chirping. So, yeah. Oh, can I get up to the Pidgey in time? No, I'm not. I'm barely going to get to the ladder. Can I spawn him in? I did. Good. Okay. And I just barely got up that ladder. That was as nail-biting of a finish you can get. Should we try? Should we try this episode doesn't end until I get a Shalpha in Wild Zone 1? Or until I get so mentally bored that I can't do it anymore? A part of me wants to try. How long would this episode be? Hours, maybe? That's gotta be difficult, man. Editing it, keeping all of it's gonna be a pain. Could you imagine if Pokemon made a world where every trainer progressed? Like, you know how that trainer right there is like, oh, I wish I could learn Rock Smash. But like, as you progress the story, the trainer's like, I finally got Rock Smash. Oh man, I found out I can use other moves besides Rock Smash. Or something like little, like not just the Pokemon or the trainer gets better Pokemon and gets better levels, but if the text updates with the trainers. That like as you progress, their story also progresses. And I'm not saying it needs a million different texts. I'm just saying like maybe 3 or 4 texts where it updates over time. Now, one nice thing about a Shalpha Mareep is also it'd be super noticeable from a massive. As soon as it spawns in, you'd be like, "Oh, that's a Shalpha Mareep." You know, Pichu, it being Shalpha would actually probably make it more noticeable, because I noticed if I walked like this, the sound for it being shiny would play, but you wouldn't always see the stars. I noticed that with my second one. That like unless you go around the outside and approach it, you don't see the like sparkle through the actual fence, like the green like Wild Zone 1 fence, the like digital protective fence. You don't see the shiny sparkle through it all the time. You'll hear the sound, but you won't always see the sparkle. And so that's how like when I run towards it, I'll be able to hear the sound knowing it's shiny, but like I just have to assume that that's the only Pokemon at that distance that would sparkle. So I know it would be Pichu. But another thing is like the sparkles don't really show because it's such a tiny Pokemon just in general. But like if I heard a sparkle there, then obviously I know it's shiny. And yeah. And see, I think this is just like enough action and enough suspense where like I can check a couple Pokemon, and I'm actually excited about the Pokemon that can be shiny. Right? Like that's a big thing. Okay guys, here we go. Watch this thing zap me a million times. Zap me while I'm on the ladder. I can't teleport, so that's one problem. Aha, you dodged. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm making everything mad at me. Get to the higher level. See, the Mareep is still hating on me, by the way. So yeah, Alpha Mareep, man, it does not let up a grudge. Now, Alpha Chance, unlike in like, you know, hyperspace where it's just 1%, it is 5% here. So like what? I mean, what is the percentage on that? You know, I'll find out this next reset. Let me get a calculator out and I can find the percentage of a Shalpha non-guaranteed alpha Pokemon. Alright. So what? We have 1 in... I'm going to round up. 1 in 1,025, which is like... What, like 9%? Give or take? Oh, wait, whoop, no, I messed it up. I realized I didn't hit the right thing. Whoop. Okay, sorry. No, I think it is 9%, right? Yeah. Yeah, so 1 out of 1,025 is 0.09, so it's like 9%. So then we just take 9%. Dude, it's like almost 2 a.m. I should not be trying to do math. My brain is not meant to do math at this point. Alright, but let's take 9%. Okay, let's do this. 0.09 times 5%. That's not right. Because that goes up a percentage. Yeah, my brain's fried. Math is easier when I'm actually awake. Oh, wait, no, I realized where I made my mistake. I was looking at it wrong. Okay. Yeah, so my whole math thing was wrong from the get-go. I realized what I did, what I hit, etc., etc. Okay. So, yeah. Whatever. Anyways. We know it's like, it's gonna be like way less than 1%, right? I mean, 5% isn't bad, but if we're going by, you know, now, obviously all of this changes when we talk about Pidgey. That alpha Pidgey is 100% alpha. So every time we spawn in that Pidgey up there, it is one at, oh, well, we're gonna get shocked a million times, guys. Here we go. Maybe if I go around it? Nope, still knows me. Worth a try. But yeah, every time this Pidgey spawns in, it is 1 in 1,000. Dodged. Get wrecked, Marie. Alright, free. Ha 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 ha. Alright, but yeah, every time we spawn that Pidgey in, he is 1 out of 1,025 odds of being shiny. So if we just do that, is that Pidgey? No, it's not. Okay. Sorry, just the lighting of him made him look weird for a second. I was like, no, we didn't phase on the Pidgey. I am not paying to other, paying attention to other Pokemon. So any of these guys over here could be shiny, and I'm not paying attention to them right now. Just FYI. Which is kind of bad, but yeah. But, yeah. Math skills, brain is fried. I can barely think, I can barely talk. But, yeah, so I mean, as long as we don't go over odds technically, I mean, we can always phase and etc, but like, if I reset 1,025 times, that should be shiny at least once out of every 1,025 times. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. Because we can also just hit really lucky. And another guy could be shiny. You never know. Just, sorry, I got a Discord message. And so I was kind of responding to it. But yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, I'll take any Pokemon from this wild zone, or almost any wild zone, as a Shalpha. There's only very few Pokemon I would hate to get as a Shalpha. I would still accept it. But yeah. There I go, I'm gonna get shocked a million times. Just get it out of the way, Marie. Just wait until I'm up the ladder before you shock me, okay, buddy? Oh, he's charging up. Oh, it's nearly daybreak. Haha, you missed. Get wrecked. Noob. There we go. So, like, I'm gonna just keep doing this, but I'm gonna go over each wild zone. Except for the ones I've already gotten. So, like I said, wild zone 1. This Pichu. These Mareeps. Anything. Literally anything in this entire map. right? Whether it's a Fletching, you know, one of these guys. Even these guys over here. Any of these guys could be a Shalpha. And I'd actually welcome it. I'd be happy with any of these guys as a Shalpha. Bunnelby's adorable. Fletchling would be funny because I'd probably keep it. I'd probably turn it into a Fletchender. Mareep would be awesome. I would definitely keep it a Mareep. Pidgey, I'd probably turn into a Shalpha Pidgeotto. Scatterbug. I think I would just turn it to a Spoopa and leave it at that. Because I really like Spoopa Shiny. Weedle, I don't know. I'd have to debate. Pichu, obviously, I would turn into a Raichu. I'm not going to be able to get there, but I can resend and let this reset again. Oh, I should have just stayed in there and that would have reset. I'm an idiot. Ignore me. But yeah. And let it reset. Again, Wild Zone 1, anything's fine. Thankfully, Wild Zones 2 and 3 are done. Wild Zone 4, originally I wanted to focus on nighttime, but like I said, I would love a shiny Spoopa, and I don't have one, so like, you know. And if Ekans is Shalpha, that's a Shalpha Arbok. If I get Ghastly, that's a Shalpha Gengar, and that can Mega Evolve, which would probably get on my team right away, if I'm honest. Spinarak is the one you're kind of aiming for because it can appear Alpha or 100%, so it's like, you know. Patrat would be cool. I'd probably just keep it a Patrat, to be honest. I might evolve to a Watchog if I need one, but if I don't need it, probably just keep it a Patrat. I think I already have a Watchog shiny though, so like, probably just keep it a Shalpha Patrat. Because Watchog isn't bad, but Patrat's actually kind of adorable, and I like its eyes. Spoopa, if I got a Shalpha Spoopa, it would just stay a Shalpha Spoopa. Honedge would immediately, I would try to get to an Aegis Slash as quick as possible. I love Aegis Slash's shiny. It's such a cool Pokemon in every game but this one. I really hate how dirty they did it. Like, it switching leaves it so vulnerable. I wish it had, like... I don't know, I wish they could have balanced him a little bit better. Like, gave him, like, a mini Protect or something. Or, like, you know, and have, like, an effect where you couldn't use Protect again for another, like, 5 seconds or something. Have like a cooldown or something. So you can't just constantly do it. I don't know, man. I feel like there's some way they could have balanced it, because it sucks that such a cool line as Honedge, Doublade, and Aegis Slash just became complete booty cheeks because of how the game operates. You know? But any of them, I would be okay without a Shalpha, honestly. Wild Zone 5, if I'm honest, I'm okay with any of them. Oh no, it's an Alpha Pichu, but it's not shiny. That sucks. Oh, and it's an Alpha Mareep. We're getting all these Alphas. Not a single Shalpha. But like, Pidgey would kind of suck because I'm getting this Pidgey Shalpha. But there's always the Pidgeotos, and I could always just take that Pidgey and keep it a Pidgey or turn it into a Pidgeotto. Aber would be awesome. Alakazam has a great Mega Evolution, and I wouldn't hate it as a Shalpha. Bellsprout would be awesome. There's also the always 100% Alpha Bellsprout. That would be a cool victory bell. Dodged. If I come over here, will you protect me, Pidgey? Pidgey, protect me. Did you just shake his head at... Ow! I think that Pidgey just denied protecting me, by the way. Electrike would be cool, because then I could have a Shalpha Manetrike and Electrike. Patrat, again, if I got a Shalpha Patrat here and I got another one over there, I'd 100% just evolve one to a... Oh, well, I can sneak past this one. He's looking the wrong way. Venipede and Whirlipede would both immediately go into Scolipede. It has a Mega Evolution. It's a really cool Pokemon. Bunnelby I'd keep as a Shalpha Bunnelby. I hate Diggersby too much to ever use him. Fletchling would probably to become a Fletchinder. Wait, why is Fletchling and Fletchinder showing up in Wild Zone 5? I don't think they actually go there. Oh, I think that's before it becomes a Wild Zone. Yeah, those two only show up when it's pre-Wild Zone. Okay, sorry. And then Binnacle is also pre-Wild Zone. Okay, so some of the spawn for Wild Zone 5 is like pre-Wild Zone. Fair enough. I didn't even look at the Pidgey. My bad, guys. Obviously, Wild Zone 6, I never have to think about again. Wild Zone 7, I will never think about ever again. Wild Zone 8, again, it does feel like I am repeatedly saying this, but I'm okay with any Pokemon being Shalpha. Like, I already have an Alpha, shiny Camerupt, but like, getting a Shalpha Camerupt would be just an upgrade. Machop would be cool because then I have a Shalpha Machamp. If I get Numel, then I could just keep it. I could turn it into a Shalpha Camerupt. That's cool. Gibble, Shalpha Garchomp, all day owning with that. And my team is broken. Like, that thing would immediately replace something. I don't know. Probably Heatran, right off the bat. Actually, probably Hawlucha. No offense, but yeah. Drillbur, Shalpha Exadrill, I really do love it. It couldn't make my team because I already have enough steel types. So yeah, it would suck. Not to mention Primal Groudon is most likely going to take the spot of Heatran. Because I don't like Heatran's Omega. It's just better than what I have. So I'll most likely put Primal Groudon in the place of Heatran. Because Primal Groudon is just that cool. And that becomes a ground fire type. And, ow. Still getting attacked. Dude, I'm like focused on the Thunder Shocks. Sandile, Crocorock again would immediately become a Shalpha Crocodile. I love Crocodile, but I love the whole line, and Crocorock has a great shiny. So that would be a pretty cool one to also keep a Shalpha, but I'd rather have a Shalpha Crocodile first. So yeah, Wild Zone 8, anything could be Shalpha. And Crocorock and Camerupt both have a 100% chance of being, you know, so yeah. I want to have a talk really quick. Pidgey, not you. You, Pidgey. Be shiny. Okay? Okay, I had to talk with him, guys. He understands now. Wild Zone 9. Take Flag out the Manectric. I never have to worry about that zone again. And it's not like it's a bad zone. But the remaining Pokemon I need shiny from there, Kadabra, Mawile, the other Meowsticks, those are all Pokemon I can get in hyperspace zones for rather easy. So it's like, yeah. Wild Zone 10 is obviously one I can just bench reset. And doesn't matter who I get, because Watchog and Arbok are both upstairs, and the bench only does downstairs. Shalpha Slowpoke would be awesome, because I just keep it a Slowpoke to respect its new shiny. Staryu, I would keep as a Staryu because I already have Shalpha Starmie. Shalpha Carvanha would become a Sharpedo. Tynamo would immediately become a Shalpha Electros, and probably replace Ampharos. Bellsprout would, unless I already have another one, would probably become Victory Bell. Sharpedo would obviously is a 100% chance of being Alpha. And would most likely, yeah. Now, I don't think Sharpedo will replace Gyarados. Primal Kyogre will probably do that, replace Gyarados. Because it's just such a beautiful shiny. And then, yeah, Watchog and Arbok don't spawn, so Wild Zone 10, again, any of the lower ones could be shiny. I'm happy. Wild Zone 11, with all the running around, again, anything could be Shalpha. Slowpoke would be awesome. Slowbro, which is 100% Alpha, would be awesome. Gyarados would be a dupe, and so I'd probably give that away. But it still counts. Stunfisk. Actually, I have a shiny Stunfisk, but Shalpha would be an upgrade. Shalpha Frou-Frou would immediately become my favorite cut of Frou-Frou style. Inkay would immediately become a Malamar. Clauncher would become a Clauncher, and then there's also the 100% alpha rate Clawitzer. So, you know, there's always the alpha Slowbones, alpha Clawitzer that appear in 11. So, you know, a lot of good Pokemon to go after. 12. 12's a weird one. Because I have broken my curse of only getting shiny Vanillites. I never need another shiny Vanillite again. If I got a Shalpha Delibird, that would be the best case scenario. Because it can't run away. It can't, you know, and I need a shiny Delibird. Snorunt would be great because I can turn it into Frostlass, hopefully, if it's female. And that's a great Mega Evolution Pokemon, and I really like Frostlass. If it's male, I can turn it into Glalie and throw it in a box because I hate Glalie. There's Snover and Abomasnow, which are pretty cool. It has a decent Mega Evolution. It's okay shiny. And Abomasnow obviously appears with 100% alpha chance. But yeah, they would, you know, Vanillite, if I got it, I would probably turn it to I'd probably just keep it a Shalpha Vanillite, if I'm honest. Vanillite has the best shiny out of the three. They should have just kept it pink ice the whole time. But yeah, its shiny is by far the best. I should go check to see if anyone's shiny over here. Wait, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Was that a Shalpha Fletchling? Oh my god, it's a Shalpha Fletchling! I didn't even think about that. I was in the middle of talking. Oh, what in the world? Oh my god, we're like an hour and a half in. I didn't realize. It wasn't until I thought about it. I was like, wait, its eyes were glowing red. I want to keep this a Fletchling. This other Fletchling can go over here. We got a Shalpha Fletchling. Actually, no, this Fletchling has a best. Hold on. We're gonna turn this into a Fletchinder. And tell the Fletchinder over here, because this thing doesn't have a best yet. So let me evolve this thing into a Fletchinder. Dude, we just got a Shalpha just by checking. Dude, that is so lucky. There we go, perfect. Dude, okay. So I'm gonna run through Wild Zone 1 more time. That is amazing. A, like, under 1% Shalpha random Fletchling means that we have got, it's not a new shiny, but we have gotten another Shalpha in a Wild Zone. That moves us to 8 out of 20. We're almost halfway done. And so Fletchinder joins the team, so we have a Shalpha, a Talonflame, and a Shalpha Fletchinder. Okay, let me run around Wild Zone 1 to see if there's another shiny. What in the world, dude? See, so when I came in, I heard the sound and saw the bird, and I threw the ball. I didn't even think. I didn't think to check if it was Shalpha or not. And it was. Dude, we just got so lucky. Wow. That's Wild Zone 1 done. Oh my god, that's so awesome. Hold on, let me reset. Let me go check out on the Pidgey. We got a shiny, a Shalpha bird. We got a Shalpha bird. It is just not the bird we thought. Let me check these Pidgeys, make sure these are shiny. Nope. Oh man, that was such... I didn't even recognize until after the fact. It's when I saw the seed thing pop up. I was like, wait. See, this was the right method. This increased our odds of getting a shiny in general, and that general boost gave us a Shalpha. Dude. And what's funny is Talonflame is the one I needed last time. Oh no. Talonflame is who I needed last time. Fletchender's who I need last time. And this time I get a Fletchling. That's cool. But yeah. You know, this Pidgey is the one we were hunting for, and we didn't need him. We thankfully got saved by that Fletchling that's now a Fletchender down there. Oh. Ow. Is that Pidgey shiny? I don't think it is. It is! Well, we do get a shiny Pidgey at the end of the day. But it's not who we think it is. Can my thing work? I'm trying to mark down that the time and everything, and I can't mark down anything because my thing isn't. Hold on. Technical issues. Okay, we are good. Oh, dude, I can't believe we got a Shalpha Fletchling. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Let's travel away from here first off and head to Wild Zone 4, which is our next destination. And we'll look at the Pidgey there. But we got some shinies this episode. And my thing still isn't working. What the hell? Come on. Just gonna put that. So we have gotten a Magikarp, a Fletchling Shalpha from Wild Zone 1, and a Pidgey. Let's go. Now, obviously, we do not have a checkpoint shiny. This Kakuna used to be it, but it is no longer it. Hopefully, we can maybe make him shiny again. But our next hunt is Wild Zone 4. And before, I was doing this one exclusively at night. But I realized that by limiting myself to just night, I am really missing out on giving this thing a constant run through. And just, just like we saw a second ago with, with that Fletchling, you never know what Pokemon at what time will become a Shalpha. That Fletchling we just got was like the ultimate prime example of a shiny just appearing. And Wild Zone 4 is a nice one because there's a little bit of action, there's a little bit of rolling, there's a little bit of dodging. There are Pokemon that would be a cool Shalpha. Spupa is definitely a Shalpha. I also just need it shiny in general, but yeah. Obviously, there's the spiders, the Spinarak show up shiny a lot. Ekans is an alright shiny. The only problem about fly resetting here is we do not hit the alpha. And also running through here is a little bit more fun. So yeah, I could always reset at the gate, right? Very few Pokemon are actually affected at Wild Zone 14, right? There's only 17 different Pokemon. But, truthfully, the only Pokemon that are affected are that Fletchling, these two, and then everything else is in here. The only problem is there's so many spawns that over 10 Pokemon can spawn shiny just by resetting here. Because you have to take in fact day and night. Like, if that Ekans was shiny and then it turned night, that could also just re-roll. So it's one of those things where it's like, I also think running through here during the day could give us a chance at Spupa, which I do love Spupa. It's great shiny. And just overall, there's a lot of Pokemon here that would look really cool. Why Aardvark isn't my favorite Pokemon just because it's like, it never felt good enough to use on a team. I do like how it looks. I actually like Cobras. I like how they look. They're very cool. They have a lot of cool lore. But you also don't know when a random Ghastly will just be a Shalpha. Right? You never know with these guys. And so I'd rather run through and just see where we come across. You know? We just saw it with the Fletchling. Randomly, a Fletchling became a Shalpha. That changed everything, and it got us out of its zone quicker. Man. I know I'm going to wrap this episode up soon. We've already been going for an hour and a half. But we got another Shalpha. We moved to 8 out of 20. That's massive. 2 more and we're halfway done, which I think is really a sweet spot. I do think the next episode record, I'm going to take a break from this. I'm going to talk a little bit, so we're going to run through a few times while I talk. But I do think I want to go do like some more donuts and maybe go try to get like an alpha donut, do some alpha Mega Dimension Pokemon hunting and stuff. Because like, that was a pretty short hunt, but who knows how long the next one will take for an alpha. It's not always as easy as, oh, I just found a Shalpha randomly. So yeah. But yeah, day and night, Wild Zone 4 will be easy. Now let me actually finish my conversation I had earlier. This is what I mean, I'm going to keep yapping. Right? Because we were in Wild Zone 12, I think? And I was talking about the ice types when we randomly found our Shalpha. So we're going to keep talking through all of them. Obviously, we'll stop once we get to 20 because we already have our Shalpha there. But yeah, let me keep talking. Okay? So episode's going to go on a little bit longer. So at the end of the day, Wild Zone 12. I said it before, any shiny will work. I need a shiny Delibird in the first place. A Shalpha one would make sure it wouldn't run away or that I don't make a mistake and lose it. Because that is a very real possibility because it's a very skittish Pokemon. Snorunt, like I covered. I don't really like Lele. I love Frostlass. I think Frostlass is a great Yukiona design. But yeah. Snorunt or Abomasnow are right. Obviously, Abomasnow is one of those 100% chance alphas. So it's just, can we roll that shiny? Maybe. Either way, I don't have a shiny Snover or Abomasnow, so any random shinies I find would be helpful with that too. Vanillite. If I found a shop for Vanillite, it would stay Vanillite. It has the shiny of the bunch. Otherwise, yeah, probably not gonna evolve it ever. Its shiny evolution is very subpar. Very subpar. Go-Go is one of the worst case scenarios. So Go-Go can spawn, I think, in like 2 different spots. And I already have a Shalpha Go-Go. So getting another Shalpha Go-Go would just mean I'd give away a Shalpha Go-Go. That's what it would mean. Bergmite would be a great one. Oh, there's a shiny Spinarak, FYI. So let me loop around. Oh, that's an alpha. Oh, okay. Shiny Spinarak. And there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna pause really quick. 1, so I can fill this out, but 2, I didn't look at the other Pidgey we got, I just realized. And then of course we have this Spinarak here, who I just caught, and hopefully my keyboard works this time. Yes, it is, good. Now I can actually type, because I didn't have anything typed out for it, so I didn't have the time. This is going to probably be like a 2-hour episode, but that's fine. I found a Shalpha, so it's fine. Alright, but... Alright, now that we can get back into it. Spinarak. It has a best. That Spinarak has a best too. Hold on. Best. That's just a regular Spinarak. Best. 3 pretty goods and a very good. 1 best. 2 pretty goods and a very good. Alright, so this Spinarak should switch. Whoa, sorry, Clefairy, didn't mean to switch you. This Spinarak should switch with this one. This one is slightly worse with only 2 pretty goods and a very good. Versus 2 pretty goods. 3 pretty goods and a very good. But this Spinarak should replace this Ariados. And become our new Ariados. So let's take care of that really quick. What level does Spinarak evolve? can't remember. Oh, I think it's like 25. Nope, not even that high. Okay, but as I'm evolving this thing, not a new shiny, but it is an upgrade, right? So let's go. But while this thing evolves, let's keep talking. Bergmite, I would love it. Avalugg is awesome. There's obviously a Shalpha Avalugg that is 100%, and that would be a great shiny. There's Machop and Machoke, which both would be shinies I need in general. So those things would be welcome. And if they happen to be Shalpha, Machamp, why not? My favorite Pokemon is still a decent looking Pokemon. So wouldn't be too mad about that. Oh yeah, and our Pidgey. 3 pretty goods. All right. Our current best Pidgey has a best stat though, so it is a dupe, but not a bad Pidgey. So we're adding a couple extra Pokemon in the dupe. So yeah. Very nice. Let's reset again. So yeah, again, Wild Zone 12, anything could be Shalpha and I'd be happy. Wild Zone 13, I'll be honest with you, I was originally focused on night only. And the biggest, and I want to stress it, is because I didn't want another shiny Pavilion. But I realized that all those Pavilions give me an extra chance for a Shalpha. And a Shalpha Pavilion isn't the end of the world. Not to mention it gives us a shot at Reaping Bell. So if we keep missing out on Trevenant, we can try to go for the Reaping Bell. And running through, I feel like, is the best case scenario. Pinsir does not have a gender difference. Scyther and Heracross do. I need shiny male Heracross, and I need shiny and male Scythers. Phantump, I have plenty shinies of. I have a Trevenant, so any Shalpha would be a upgrade. Weeping Bell, regular would be a great shiny. I still need that. Weeping Bell Alpha would be great. Villion, if I ended up getting Shalpha of it, it would be a Shalpha. I just want to increase my chances on those. I need to take it more seriously and not try to be nitpicky, and nitpick about what I choose. Right? So I think it's only fair that I give every zone a good chance. And that also includes 13. Now, one last Spinarak on the roll means one last Spinarak that can turn shiny. For a short bit, at least. I think this respawn timer is like 3 or 4 minutes, something like that, but yeah. So Wild Zone 13, kind of, again, okay with anything being Shalpha. Wild Zone 14 is one that is a little bit more tricky. We've talked about it before, and when running through 14, the best way to find a shiny is Excadrill. Now we can run around because I still need more shiny Onyxes. I have 1. I could use another shiny Aeron or Lairon for Aggron, because I already have Aeron and Lairon shiny. Drover, I need shiny, I believe. Excadrill Shalpha would be an upgrade. Any extra shiny Excadrill, I think, are dupes. I don't think... Or do I even have a shiny Excadrill? I don't know. Emolga and Helioptile, who only appears during the day. Helioptile does anyways. Would all be shinies I need as well. So anything in there could be a shiny and still have use to me. Anything Shalpha could also have use to me. Because Emolga's still a cute flying squirrel. Would be a great cute Shalpha. Helioptile has a great shiny and a Shalpha would be even better. Excadrill Shalpha would be amazing and has a really cool evolution, and it's a really cool Pokemon just in general. Drover's really cool, and if I get a Drover Shalpha, I'll probably just turn it to an Excadrill. If we get Lairon Shalpha or Aeron Shalpha, that's just becoming Aggron. A great Pokemon with a Mega Evolution, very bulky. And Onix, honestly, if I got a Shalpha Onix, I would need to find someone I trust, trade it, so I can have a Shalpha. I mean, I already have a shiny Onix. I have a Shalpha Onix, actually, right now. But if I got a second one, then I definitely have to evolve to a Steelix. And shiny Shalpha Onix regular is kind of poopy versus Shalpha Steelix is gold, baby. And we all love gold. Yeah. Okay, but that gold aside. Also, Steelix is a decent Pokemon, has great Mega Evolution, can be kind of annoying. So yeah. Oh, I'm under aggression. I was hoping I could try to exit. Oh, there we go. Everything should switch over either way. But yeah, so 14, anything to be shiny, I'll be happy with it. So ultimately, yeah. 15 is a tough one. 15's one I want to do at night, mainly because I didn't want more Beedrills, but now that I'm past it, Beedrill gives us another Shalpha chance, and I have a lot of luck at getting Beetles, Kakunas, and Beedrills. So maybe a quick Shalpha. Does this have the thing? It does not, okay. Anytime one of these will appear down by 17, I have to consider trying the reset. You know, but let's talk about it. During the night, Haunter, Punkaboos, the Gorgeist, the Shuppets, the Bannettes, they all show up. They're all awesome shinies. Man, it feels so weird to be back here. I remember how many times I used to shiny hunt and Shalpha hunt here. So it almost feels kind of weird to be back at night. I mean, I did just do day, so it's not like I'm doing exclusively night. But it does feel a little weird, man. It feels kind of... Is it weird to stay nostalgic? Like, it feels like I remember running through here for the first time at night, trying to shiny hunt, and yeah, I don't know, it feels weird to say it like that, because it hasn't been that long, but yeah, it just gives me like that vibe of like, remember when I started on the Shalpha hunt, and I was hopeful, and now I'm broken down and defeated a little, but I'm not, because I'm succeeding. But yeah, while I was on 15, I've realized... It also gives me a chance for shiny Whirlipede, Scolipede, and Beedrill. But also, I'm not going to bench reset. Originally, I was going to fly reset and bench reset. I think I'm just going to reset and run through it. And wrap up and go upstairs and check the Larvatars each and every time. And the biggest reason is I want to make sure I give the Larvatars a chance. And that every Punkaboo gets a chance. Because I still need Shalpha, shiny, not Shalpha. Shiny Punkaboos of every single type. So yeah. So I gotta give them all hope. There's a lot of great Pokemon. You know, Beedrill, Shalpha would be awesome. Another shiny Beedrill, I have so many dupes. What does it matter? Larvitar would be amazing. A Shalpha Larvitar would immediately become a T-Tar. And one of my favorite Pokemon in Gen 2, just, yeah. Whirlipede, Scolipede would definitely be amazing because I love them. And they have a great new Mega Evolution, so that'd be cool. Would they make the team? I don't think so. I do love them, but unfortunately I don't think they're good enough to make the team. Which is a little sad to say, but yeah. I guess it depends. I mean, Kyogre is going to replace Gyarados. Groudon will replace Heatran. I guess Scolipede could go in for a short time over... Hawlucha? I hope that Metapod, oh my god. That Kakuna, I'm so fried. Kakuna, not fried as in like anything bad, just tired. But I want to finish my thoughts. That Kakuna becomes shiny again. I just said Metapod, oh my god. That's not good. You can tell my brain's like, you're like, go to bed. It's like, I should, but like, I need to finish my thoughts and finish what I was doing and saying. Otherwise, I'm going to spend a whole other episode talking about it. And I'll probably repeat myself half a dozen times anyways, but still. Let's focus on what we're talking about. Ball Zone 15, day and night, I'm going to run through it and give everyone a chance. I need shiny Shuppets, I need shiny Bayonet, and a Shalpha Bayonet would be cool. Gorgeist, Shalpha would be amazing. That's still only one size. I still need plenty shinies of all the sizes, and then I need shiny sizes to evolve. Scolipede, Whirlipede, I need shiny. You know, Larvatars would be great. Like I said, all of them, fantastic Pokemon, and I would not... I can't say I wouldn't be disappointed, because if I got a Shalpha Beedrill, I'd be happy that I'm done with it, but also I'd be like, oh man, what it could have been, you know? It's not like crushing disappointment, but it'd be like, ah, man, but at least I got, it's a Shalpha, right? Thankfully, Wild Zone 16 is done because of the Ampharos. Please click on that, become shiny. Ampharos that we got a long time ago randomly. I remember how much it surprised me still to this day that I was just like, great, that's a Shalpha Ampharos. Oh man, and I turned around the corner. Didn't even see it. And what's funny is in the short, people thought I was bench resetting. And I wasn't even bench resetting. I just didn't notice it. I was wrapping around the benches when I saw it. Like the full video shows I was in bench resetting, but the short makes it kind of look like I was. Should have edited the short a little bit better. But yeah. Sometimes you just edit short bad. So 16 thankfully is done, and I no longer need to worry about it ever. 17, I don't know, part of me wants to run through 17. Although I will admit, if one of these battle zones ever show up over here by 17, I will reset. I'll probably start recording when it happens and reset for 17 live, or not live, but with you guys. Is that Shalpha? Oh man, why don't you shiny? Shalpha Pyroar would be great because I do need a male Pyroar shiny. But Mawile would be a great Shalpha. Skarmory would be a great shiny I need in general, but great Shalpha I need Mawile in general too, but you know. Oh, you could have been such a cool Shalpha, Honedge. Lampet, Klefki, whether day or night. I'm gonna run it day or night, would be great. Chespin would be a great one. Diggersby shiny or Shalpha would be a bit disappointing, but I would accept it. I'd just be like, there's the Shalpha. But yeah, it is what it is. Everyone has their opinions. I just don't think I love rabbits, but I think Diggersby is just poorly designed. I think they could have chosen better. Like, make the ears less of fists and make it actual shovels, and could have still had its fists be on its hands or something. I don't know, I feel like they could have done something different. I would have liked it more. I think it is very meh and bad as it is, but yeah. And Chespin would be fantastic, but you know, 17 is pretty simple. 18. Now 18 is the ultimate who knows what you're gonna get, because bench resetting resets during the day, Swablu and Altaria. At night, Noibat. It resets, I believe, 2 of the Bagons. It resets the Shalpha Salamence, it resets the Shalpha Lopunny, and it also resets the Fennekin. So any of the Pokemon, besides I think one of the Bagon spawns. Really? You're Alpha again, but you're not going to be shiny? Okay. So any of them would be a great Shalpha. Altaria has a Mega Evolution, it has a great shiny, so a Shalpha one would be cool. Bagon obviously has Salamence, which has a Mega Evolution, which would be a great shiny and a great Mega Evolution, which would be great. Lopunny has a beautiful shiny, has a cool Mega Evolution, looks like a Street Fighter kind of Street Boxer thing. I love it. Fennekin, obviously, if I got a Shalpha Fennekin. Funny enough, I would probably use Shalpha Delphox on my team, and I'd probably not use Groudon as a fire type. That's the only Pokemon I'd consider because I love its shiny so much. Delphox. Noibat has a great shiny, Noivern has a great shiny, and a Shalpha one would be great too. Like, 18 is just, like, there's no bad Pokemon there. Obviously, in this game, the only Pokemon there without a Mega Evolution is Noivern, which sucks. I wish Noivern would have got a Mega, then that would have just been whatever Pokemon is, you're getting a cool Mega Evolution. But it's just not how it works out. 19, which is the last one to talk about, because if you did not know, this Shalpha Metagross came from Wild Zone 20. It's my first Shalpha from the center, so that's good there. So the last run will be right here. Well, we'll run till the day, I guess, and then save. No, we won't. This will be the last runs as I talk about 19. Wild Zone 19 is interesting because it's really a tale of 2 different stories. You have daytime, where Drampa appears early in the morning. I do need a shiny Drampa, so that would be a great shiny / Shalpha if I got a Shalpha. But then afterwards, Frou randomly takes over as an alpha, and that'd be, you know, a great Shalpha to offer. There's also Frou-Frou running around, Audino, Eevee, and Kangaskhan all just running around generally during the day and night. Drampa being in a morning exclusive, and Frou-Frou being midday on I saw it right away. As soon as I walked in there and I saw it, I backed out so I could save. Oh my god, that is a shiny Honedge. I've been waiting so long. I don't care how long this episode is. That makes it worth it. It's not a Shalpha. I do not care. Let's go get it. Oh, it's such a cool shiny. It's red and purple, so they're a good ball. No. Not throwing a basketball. Let's throw a luxury ball. Let's go! Let's go! That's one of those Pokemon I've been wanting for a long time. And I finally got it shiny. Oh, dude, this is going to be a 2-hour episode. I do not care. That is massive. So first off, let me drop a save and let's go look at it. Shiny Honedge. I know I got my thoughts interrupted. Oh, 3 pretty goods and a very good. Alright. So the nice thing here is this is a new shiny, as you can see. So that actually, and crazy enough, is another shiny ZA, bringing us to 99 out of 227. I'm 1 off from 100 shinies. 100 different species of shiny. That is awesome. So drop a save and let me finish my thoughts on Wild Zone 19 and we'll wrap up. Okay? Dude, I'm so pumped about that. That is the best thing that could have happened to me. But during night, the Frou-Frou and Drampa are replaced with a bunch of Clefairy, a guaranteed Alpha Clefairy, and Cleffa, which I need Clefairy shiny. So yeah, I need everything but Kangaskhan shiny pretty much. Kangaskhan, I have so many shinies, but a Shalpha Kangaskhan has a pretty good Mega Evolution, so I wouldn't mind that. Like again, it's another one where every Pokemon there is a pretty cool. Oh, you would have been a cool Shalpha. Would have been a great Shalpha, right? Wild Zone 19, I say it again, is just another good area. Clefairy obviously has a Mega Evolution. It's a shiny I need just in general. Kangaskhan has good Mega Evolution. A Shalpha would be cool. Any other shinies, unless they are upgrades on my previous one, is just dupes. Eevee, I need a dozen of them, so any shiny Eevee would help. Same with just Frou-Frous in general. Any Frou-Frous would help because I need all the different styles. And if I get a Shalpha Frou-Frou, my favorite style will be put for the Shalpha. But Audino, I have shiny, so I don't really need it. But a Shalpha one would be a cool upgrade. I love Audino shiny because I love purple. Drampa would be an amazing shiny that I need, but also a great Shalpha. Yeah, it's just perfect, guys. But I ranted on. It's a 2-hour episode. But you know what? I got a new shiny right at the end. I got a bunch of extra shinies. And I got a Shalpha in Wild Zone 1. Magikarp, the Shalpha Fletchling, the shiny Pidgey, and shiny Spinarak, and now a shiny Honedge. This is perfect. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time, tag out. I want to give a special thank you to all my Patreon members. Urza and Scott, you're amazing. If you guys want to check out Patreon and join it to get a shout out at the end, check Patreon down in the link to the description below. And you can, also like Scott did, make me re-record this.